Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, good morning. I'm Alfina and Fadillah and I'm from the 6th semester of English Education Department. Here I want to present my proposal titled An Evaluation of 9th Grade Students' English Textbook, Think Globally, Act Locally, published by the Ministry of Education and Culture of the Republic of Indonesia 2015. There are three chapters in my proposal. The first chapter is about introduction, and the second chapter is about literature review, and the third chapter is research methodology. Okay, we are going to the first chapter that is introduction. First, background of study. Why I choose textbook? Because textbook plays an important role in learning and teaching process. Teachers usually use textbook as a guidance in teaching and learning process, and while students use textbook as the main materials in learning the material. Why evaluate a textbook? Evaluate a textbook is important. According to Sheldon, 1988, cited in Wakundan Haji Muhammadi and Nimeh Salim 2011, there are two reasons why evaluating textbooks should be done. First, it can help teachers select the appropriate textbook, and second, teachers will know its strength and weakness. And why I chose textbook published by Ministry of Education and Culture of Republic Indonesia? Because this textbook is widely used in the teaching and learning process in Mojokerto. Why I choose Mukundan and Nimeh Salam 2015 evaluation checklist? Because this checklist has been refined several times by some teachers and experts. It is believed as a good checklist since it is comprehensive in its evaluative criteria and has been proved to have high validity. The next slide is about problem statement. Here I have two problem statements. The first is, does the textbook have all the criteria expected in the adapted version of Mukundan and Nimeh Salam's 2015 evaluation checklist? And for the second is, what is teacher's suggestion to develop English textbook published by the Ministry of Education and Culture 2015 to suit the class? Okay, for the next is the objectives of the study. I have two objectives. The first is to find out whether or not the textbook has all criteria in the checklist and also their scores. For the second is to know teacher suggestion on how this textbook can be developed. Okay, for the next slide is the significance of study. It is beneficial for future researchers, especially Indonesia researchers who intend to conduct a research by using Mukundan and Nimeh Salam Evaluation Checklist 2015 for different textbooks. For the second is, this research is useful for English teachers. It gives them information that this textbook is highly useful and has strength in terms of the appropriateness of textbook price, the variation of tasks, and the clarity of instructions. The next chapter 2 is literature review. Textbook, the definition of textbook. Textbooks are inseparable parts of education nowadays. They also become the integral part of teaching learning process, comprising the output aspect of an instructional system. Benethi, 1986, page 30. As they are part of an instructional system, textbooks have played significant roles in the education system. Some experts believe that textbooks have continued to take part in a wider education context both in the classroom and outside the classroom. Bird in Salsa Murcia 2001, Graves in Yunnan 2003, Little John 2012. Textbook evaluation. Hutchinson and Waters 1987 stated that evaluation is the matter of judging the fitness of something for a particular purpose. Furthermore, Carter and Noonan 2001 argue that materials evaluation is the process of measuring the value of learning materials. According to Cunningsworth 1995, as cited in Mukundan, Haji Muhammadi, and Nimehji Salim 2011, there are three types of textbook evaluation. The first is pre-use or predictive, the second is in use, and for the third is post-use or is retrospective. Point C, ELT textbook evaluation checklist. Mukundan, Haji Muhammadi, and Nimehji Salim 2011, who are expert in ELT material evaluation, proposed a new checklist named English Language Teaching, or ELT Textbook Evaluation Checklist, that was developed after reviewing the literature of evaluation checklists within 4 decades. For the point D is retrospective evaluation. A retrospective evaluation evaluates the textbook with certain learners and certain context in mind, since it is based on one's perspectives and influenced by learners and context. This evaluation is subjective. Tomlinson, 2012, cited in Who and Knight, 2015. According to Mukundan 2007, there are two main reasons in evaluating textbook retrospectively. The first is to determine the suitability of the textbook while it is used. For the second is the result of this evaluation can make the use of this textbook in teaching become more effective by identifying parts of the textbook that needs adaptation. For the point E is previous research review. Okay, there are 4 previous research review in here proposal. The first is from Pakistan. It was written by Gul Fatima, Svet Kazim Shah, and Humail Sultan in 2015. Okay, you can look at the PowerPoint. I have written about the gap between my proposal and their proposal. For the second is from Malaysia. It was written by Jayakaran Mukundan and Saif Ali Razafani Kalajani in 2013. Okay, next is from Indonesia. It was written by Fortuna Sari, Dwi Rukmini, and Ratmono and Januarius Mujianto in 2017. The fourth is from Indonesia. It was written by Sri Handayani in 2016. For the next chapter is research methodology. Point A, research design. Mixed method research is applied as the design of this research. According to Creswell 2012, mixed method research design refers to the combination between quantitative and qualitative data to provide a better understanding of the research problem. Okay, for the time I planning this proposal for 3 months, like June, July, and August. For the data collecting, I need 3 months, September, October, and November. For the data analyzing and reporting, I need 2 months, November and December. For the next A, source of data. The textbook that is evaluated in this research is the 9th grade students' English textbook, published by the Ministry of Education and Culture, 2015 revised edition. And point D, data collection technique. I use quantitative data gathered through a checklist. So I use checklist technique and also interview session. For the data analysis technique, the result from quantitative data is counted to look for the average score from each criterion by the using following formula adapted from Waluyo 1992. And for the result from qualitative data is analyzed by using a procedure of analyzing qualitative data adapted from Creswell 2012. Okay, so and the data validating technique, according to Sugiono 2014, I use triangulation of the source of data. Okay, for here, this is the references for my proposal. Okay, finished. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for listening to me. Okay, so I close this presentation by saying wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.